total agree.
Hey Megan, I've looked over your lesson plans.
Where do you get with your
here's
final
some feedback for you.
essay?
So
And, you know, the
overall,
presentation,
I can see the
like,
logical
the presentation
progression.
rubric of that is
From
is
idea
with the same number
draft,
of points as three of
idea
these
generation
essays. Yeah.
through to
The
drafting and
presentation
revision.
really looked like great.
But I
It was
do
really
have
fun.
some
We did well
areas
on
of
that.
concern, some areas where
yeah,
you
guys did a really
wrote
good job.
what you would do in
It
a
was such a
lesson
bummer
plan, but
that
you
that one
didn't
didn't
actually
open.
complete that
Oh,
part
okay.
of the lesson plan. Let me show you those
And then the other
areas
one wouldn't
that
open
I
for
was
me either, so I
concerned
was
about,
really worried
and then
that
you'll know
they
exactly
weren't
where
gonna
you
have
need to
anything
go
talk about
for
period.
revising them for the portfolio.
And that's
Okay?
why I brought.
So, all right,
copy
your
of it.
desired results section
'Cause I was
is
like,
well
no, we need-
aligned.
we need to make sure that this is
You've
what we're talking
chosen,
about, so.
clearly chosen an evidence
Okay,
outcome
sounds
that
good.
that
Yeah,
aligns to
and then
what you
just
wanna
let me know,
do.
like, if you ever
And then
wanna learn essay by
have
me,
your students will be able to,
you know,
and your students will
beforehand,
understand
I'm
well
okay with that. I
aligned
don't
such
mind
that
Really?
Yeah.
the students
Okay,
know
that's
that they'll
awesome.
be
Like,
thinking about
I
and
wanted
working
to,
on
but I
one
figured since
primary
you had so many
concept
of
for the
these, you
day.
probably
I know,
got
it's
a
killing me.
lot.
No,
All
nobody's
right,
asked me, but these are
for your
really
learning
killing me.
activities
And
then,
you
clearly
know, like
you're
this weekend,
starting, jumping
my whole
off from
family
the
was
book.
sick, and that just totally
And
took a
then,
toll on
your
yeah.
direct
So
instruction
high.
part,
Taking
okay, so I see that you're gonna have
Okay,
this
yeah, I
stuff
might
listed
do
up on the
that.
board.
Yeah.
Would that be, would you care if I did it
And
like,
then,
every week
and
until
then
they
you're gonna
get better?
model with Stella
No,
Luna,
that's
and I think you and I
Okay,
had even
then I
talked
might
about that
actually do that.
in
That would be
class,
really
okay,
helpful.
so,
Just if you don't hear back
one of the
from me,
things that
send
just
me
threw
that
me
email,
for a
'cause
loop
sometimes I get
was,
so many that things just fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
so you're
So
gonna read
I
the
won't
book
feel
to
like they're
them,
stalking me.
and
If they
then
like,
you
hey,
say,
did you
list
look at
thoughts
this
about
yet?
the text,
Like, if you don't hear
cluster
back
the
from me in
thoughts,
24
make a
hours,
flow
then-
chart.
24
But I
hours.
didn't actually
Yeah,
see you
that's
do
awesome.
those things, like
That's
those
what I'll
things should
watch.
be
Thank
on
you.
an attachment,
When would
or
like
an
me
appendix to the
get
lesson
that
plan,
in
so,
order to
so that I can
get back to
see
you before?
that you actually do those things, right? Don't
If you
tell
get
me
to
you're
it by
going
Saturday morning, I
to
should be able to-
cluster thoughts, show me
If Friday
the
would be
clustering of the
better.
thoughts,
Friday would be
okay?
Awesome, I want to do that.
Okay.
And so then you'll
Thank
have
you
the
so
students
much.
independently working on
Yeah, you
that,
too.
alright? For your second lesson plan, again, your desired results section is well aligned, and so getting into your actual lesson plan here, you ask them for thoughts on their essay prompt, and then you have this written on the board, okay? But this is not gonna be enough direct instruction. So I see, all right, your paper has to have all the following things: intro, thesis, body, paragraph, conclusion. And then you're gonna model for them finding intro, thesis, body, paragraph, and conclusion from the Stella Luna text. But first, I don't see those pieces that you're gonna create from Stella Luna, right? So you have explained, wait, hold on, where am I looking for? There. As a class, pick the main topic from Stella Luna. Write introduction and explain reasoning to students. I need you to script that out for me because I need to see what your introduction is going to be and how you're going to explain that reasoning to the students, because this piece right here is essential. If you want the students to be able to learn how to do a skill by watching you do the skill, then I need to see how much explicit instruction you'll have versus implicit instruction that you're going to expect them to pick up on. This piece is absolutely essential. Generating thoughts for a thesis, that's the crux of their paper, and there's no direct instruction regarding recommended structure for a thesis or a definition for a thesis that you then apply. And so this is just, it's just not developed enough. It's just insufficient. You should have your Stella Luna essay attached to here with, the notes on the side that, you're gonna demonstrate why you wrote your thesis this way and how you came to that kind of a thesis, so that when you ask the students to work quietly to develop their ideas, that they have some strategies that they've learned from you to indeed go ahead and develop those ideas. Okay, in your third lesson plan, this one has jumped into revision, and I'm very concerned that there hasn't been a lot more conversation in the class about the thesis statement and the so what piece in this. So okay, you're giving them points for finishing a rough draft. You have an analogy for a hook, and then this, okay? So here's what revision means. We're going to see them again and evaluate them for purpose and clarity. Those are two abstract terms that we need to ground concretely for our students. So first things first, structure. do you have an intro, a thesis, a body, and a conclusion, okay? Merely having those things doesn't mean that they have risen to the level of quality that you need to have from those. And so just check marking that they're there isn't really gonna be enough. Then you move into cohesion and fluidity, clarity and purpose. And again, you have that you're gonna model with your Stella Luna example essay, but because you haven't included that essay, I don't know how you're gonna be talking to the students about that. You say show students you are breaking down paragraph into sentences, label all the sentences with the numbers, walk through that. But again, without that essay, I don't really know, because, one of the reasons I wanna see that, when you bring your A game in writing, and we've talked about this in class, it can be very intimidating for students. So I need to see what your intention is, if you'll be bringing, college level work into them, if you're gonna be bringing high level high school work, if you're gonna be bringing work that's intentionally has some flaws, so that as you move through this piece of the lesson plan, that they see areas that need to be fixed and can talk about that. And I don't know if that's your intention. I don't know if that's the kind of teacher that you want to be. And so I need to see all of those components to know how you're going to carry through with that part of the lesson plan. All right. So your final one, you have proofreading. So really this is kind of editing. And this one is sheer peer revision. And when you have students just doing peer revision, I'm glad that you talk to them, have them think about the idea of helping someone without being condescending. And hold on one sec, we're gonna scroll down, sorry about that. Oh, wait. Hold on, it's back here, sorry about all the clicking around. There we go. Okay, so here's your proofreading strategies. And some of this, I'm worried because there wasn't any criteria established. Do they have an attention getter? Yes. Does it get your attention? Sure, I suppose. But what's their criteria for knowing, does it get a reader's attention versus your attention, right? You say, is the thesis clear and concise? But again, there was no criteria or direct instruction specifically regarding that thesis. Oops, sorry, now we're clicking all around again, okay? And so, just simply handing out a checklist and having the students go through that checklist, when it's missing some of the direct instruction from earlier about the criteria for that checklist, I'm not sure that it's going to be very effective use of time, and a good measure of whether students are good at providing feedback to each other. Okay, so you're going to need some revision in these lesson plans. All right, thanks.